everybody. It is Thursday morning and I thought I would invite you to come along with me and see what I eat for the day. I'm not sure about lunch and dinner, but I'll probably have the same thing I usually do at breakfast, which is why I don't usually show you. I usually have the same thing all the time, and that is an oatmeal waffle with egg white and fruit. And that's usually my go-to breakfast. I absolutely love it right now. But anyway, the other meals will be a mystery. I did get my hair cut. I was trying to grow out a long bob, and I have naturally curly hair, so I have to fight it when it's straight, and that means I straighten it. And so I actually just had my hairdresser put back in the layers, and I said I'm tired. It was getting misshapen and dry on the end, so I just said just put the layers back in, and I give it a rest. Sometimes let it air dry. This is what happens when I air dry it, and other times I will try to straighten it. See what happens. But anyway, so that's why I'm Curly Sue this morning. This is me. Okay, guys, I'll see you in a bit. My 3-point breakfast this morning. It's my oat waffle. The flaxseed meal is 2 points in it, and it's got blueberries, an orange peel, it's banana, it's amazing. And then I've got egg white for 0 points, 1 orange cut up the segments, 1 point for 1 cup of this silk unsweetened cashew milk, and some sugar-free syrup. All right, for lunch I'm having a 2-point slice of gluten-free bread, and I have like a tablespoon of fat-free refried beans on there with 3 ounces of the grilled St. John, John Soul's Food chicken, and it's fajita meat. And I am just putting some homemade salsa on top. Usually I would just use like some canned green chilies, but I don't know. I opened some the other day and I can't find them. My fridge isn't that messy, but I lost them. So salsa it is. And a half a slice of this reduced fat medium cheddar cheese. And I'm going to stick this in the toaster oven to melt it together. There it is. I also had a little bit more refried beans, non-fat, and some sauteed squash, zucchini, with tomatoes and onions. My family is going to be having some of these chicken tenders. You know I love John Soul's Food and their chicken, but I've not had these tenders. I guess I could if I wanted to. It's like 200 calories for 3 of these, and they look really good too. But there's 12 grams of fat, and it's too much fat for me, and it's just too big of a hit on my points for Purple Plan. So I will have something else. I'll show you when he comes home. I know he's going to want something hot. He's going to want something soupy, and he's going to want something that's like 0 points. So that's what this is. I was out and I didn't have a lot of time to make anything else. So besides making him a sandwich with the chicken tenders, I'm going to use a can rinsed and drained of sweet peas, rinsed and drained cut green beans, a teaspoon of minced garlic, and whatever this is, a little box of, I guess it's a quart, 2 quarts of 32 ounces of bone broth, chicken bone broth, and a package of frozen spinach and some leftover mashed potatoes. And I know that sounds like a real odd mix, but it's going to make for a delicious creamy soup. And I'm going to whirl it in the Vitamix and probably just season it up. I think this would taste better if I had canned asparagus or frozen asparagus, but I didn't have either. So I'm just going to gussy it up with a little bit of dehydrated onion, some garlic, and some sea salt, and this is all just to taste. So this would be 0 points unless you are counting potatoes. Then you'd have to count however many potatoes divided by however many servings you're going to have in here. But for the Purple Plan, the potatoes are 0 points, and there was no fat in them, so I'm counting them as 0 points. Okay, so what I had for dinner is I have a 3-ounce chicken patty here. It's 8% fat, And I have got a half a slice of cheese, which is 1 point. And I've got a little bit of this liquid aminos with 1 tablespoon of avocado mayo and some of these multigrain crackers. Now, I don't want to take 4 points for 15, so I was going to go 7 to 10 for 2. But then I figured, oh, look, I can have 6 and have 1 point. So I think what I'm going to do is take one back and I'll have 6. So here's my wonderful soup. The dinner was just splendid. Hey everybody, so that was my Thursday. I plan on being on point on Friday again. Really quick, I want to let you know how it went down last night because I think that other people can relate to this. And that is, the day was really busy and I didn't have time to prepare before a dinner, a good dinner. I had to kind of like do it on the fly. And I had to run out to the store and get some things while hubby took the kids to martial arts. Now, after I was done, I only had like a few minutes to have a meal prepared. And I had the temptation of, there's Popeye's chicken around here. There's, Jack in the Box. There's all these different places that you could just go through and try to make the best choice that you can possible. But especially since I'm on the purple plan, I mean, honestly, I don't get that many points. And I seriously save them for the weekend, for Saturday night, for date night, and for Sunday lunch with the family. And I need those points. And I don't intend to try to use them, like on a Thursday night, just because, it's like an impulse thing. And so I thought about it and I thought, no, I'm going to go home. It might take me a few minutes rather than hours. It'll just take me a few minutes, but I'm just going to make something healthy for the family and for myself. And we're going to stay on track. Hubby and I are still going to be on track. And I'm going to set a good example for the kids, and give them something healthy choice. And, what really made me think about that decision was that we have a 30-year-old son, and back when he was younger, hubby and I were both working. I was maybe working and going to school, so it was like really, really hard to be prepared for dinners and stuff like that, or that's what I told myself. And so I used that for an excuse, to go ahead and, I'll grab a pizza, or I'll grab a chicken. And I would tell myself, a bucket of chicken or whatever, and I'd say, oh, it's only this once. Oh, this isn't very often. No, we eat pretty good most of the time. But the reality is that those times do add up. And it's very easy to lose track of the high point, high cholesterol, all that stuff, meals that are speckled in there because we're busy. And the reality is that our 30-year-old son, when he was, younger, during that time he was growing up, he had a bit of a weight problem, and he's always struggled with a bit of one. And so I think that maybe some of my choices that way on impulse probably contributed to a lot of that, and so I think back and I look at that and I wish that I had made different choices. I wish I had been a little bit more thoughtful for his sake. But, thank goodness now he knows how to eat healthy and everything. So, I mean, he's a grown man. He can make his own decisions. But I didn't want to do that again, to the kids now, because we're on the second round of little ones. And I just want to make sure that I'm there to support my family. So that's what really drove me to go, no, Cat, go home and make a healthier dinner. So anyway, the boys and Dad and Honey both loved their dinner. They had those chicken tenders in a sandwich, and that was very good. The kids had veggies. Hubby had veggie soup, and then you saw what I had. But so it's much better. We feel better, and I still got the weeklies for the weekend. My 30, so what are we going to do? I don't know. We'll do something good. All right, guys, I love you a lot. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful Friday.